Thank you.
Now I recognize the gentleman from Ohio, Mr. Taylor, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Chairman, and thank you very much, Secretary Rollins, for being here.
Very patient. You're
Thanks
on the
for-
front row.
They put the really important people down here.
Yeah, exactly.
What also comes with this seat is everybody's asked every question that you could have
Yeah,
possibly thought of.
exactly. At least I can see you. This is actually a benefit. Yes.
That may not be a good thing. Again, thank you so much for your incredible hard work and your service to this point. It's been very impressive and appreciated. I do get some questions in my district occasionally about staffing at USDA offices. Are there steps being taken as the USDA, at the USDA to make sure that as we rightly pursue efficiency, that the safety of our food supply and its pace to market is protected by providing sufficient inspectors and other needed staff?
Yes, we obviously the reduction in force that was voluntary through the DRPs last year, the idea we needed to right size across the federal government. The president had been talking about that for some time. It is not an imperfect process, and so what we've been doing the last year is figuring out what that right balance is, and at the very top of my list obviously is research, which is very important, but also the FSA offices and where we provide the frontline services for our farmers. And so we've been in touch. I've been visiting FSA offices. I've had some of our best practices in my office here in Washington. How do we support those farmers? So I know we're moving to one farmer, one file, moving to more technology, but those offices will never close. That's congressional statute. And so ensuring that we've got the resources on the ground continues, and we're shifting around and rehiring, et cetera, and understand the challenges.
Great, thank you for that. Also, we talked a little bit about the situation now with Iran driving the high prices, and not just on fuel, but on fertilizer and other things. Is there planning going on currently at the USDA to assist our farmers in the event that that situation drags on?
That is an ongoing conversation, honestly, even before the situation in Iran. How and what more do we need to do? This is listen, the farmers are the heartbeat of our country. Everyone is on this committee because they love the farmers, the agriculture, rural America. We're fighting for them, but it's so much bigger than that. It's a national security issue, and the more we lose our farms, whether it's to development, data centers, et cetera, understanding, progress, quote, is important, but we've got to be able to preserve these farms, and the trajectory has been the other direction for a really long time, but the opportunity to reverse back now, I think, is where we are in our country's history. I think the Making America Healthy Again movement, sourcing more locally grown foods, processing them locally. The USDA spends $400 million a day on nutrition. There's a whole market there that we can capture that will, again, reverse the trend for our farmers, I believe.
Right, great, well, thank you very much. And I did just want to say a quick thank you on behalf of rural America for ending the subsidies for the massive solar projects. We talked about that last year when you were here. I appreciate your commitment to following up on that. We did submit a bill that's in the Farm Bill to codify that, and hopefully that gets done soon, as well as your attention to the SNAP fraud that we've talked about a lot today. And we've also sponsored a bill to require a 5-year look-back reporting from each state in an annual report. Hopefully that gets some traction as well. Also want to mention that we work with the Ohio State USDA Office of Rural Development, and they've been a wonderful asset. Charles Tassel's the director, and he's been incredibly helpful, not just to my farmers, but to constituents of all kinds. So I want to say thank you
for telling me that.
For them, their responsiveness, and actually their proactiveness. So thank you again for being here today. And lastly, I'll just say, after the 4 years of very difficult conditions at the USDA, it's good to have people that have actually been to a farm in charge of the USDA. So thank you for all your work. And Chairman, I yield back.
Thank you, sir.
Chairman yields back. Now recognize